Okay, and this week we worked on home manners with Chase. I brought him in the house a little bit here just so that he gets exposure or generalization to a different environment other than the usual locations, which are outside. Plus, we have the additional added distraction here, which is a different board and train that I'm working with as well. So now Chase is getting exposure, and Chase is doing really well with this. He took to it pretty well. This was actually the very first time they were this close to each other, and they're both doing great. I've been focusing on different things with Chase. Chase is still very young. He's about 9, maybe 10 months old now, and he still has the process, the learning process of a young dog. So there's a lot of repetitions on a lot of the things that we do that you'll see here in a moment. So this is just to change it up and let him know, hey, when you're in the house, you can also chill. You can also, be part of the family, but within certain limitations. Obviously we don't want them crazy. So you are seeing here a bit of extra distraction. So this is the treat pouch. They both know there's food in there, treats in there, and they're doing really well. Now here we had to do this. We had to add some distance to the recalls because Chase has been doing great with his recalls, but distance-wise, he doesn't get to go that far from me. He usually kind of sticks by my side, which is a good thing, but we have to sometimes do this so the dog sees a longer distance recall, which sometimes they don't see. And Chase is such a good dog about, he's so good about staying with me even when we're walking loose, that we don't get this distance right here. So we have to make it in training so that he gets to see a far recall. Otherwise they see a far recall, and when you call them, they're like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to you calling me from 20-30 feet away.
Chase you.
So here we're doing some finishes. This is called a finish heel. So he's learning now to come into position.
Chase, heel. Yes. Free. Chase, heel.
Again, this is just a matter of hundreds and hundreds of repetitions, especially with a young dog. This is a different training session.
Chase, sit. Sit. Yeah.
This happens. Sometimes they get excited, they see the door open, and they want to go through. And we always want to hold them accountable. And rather than say, oh, well, fine, you're out, we're going to tell them, no, I know we have to go out, but you have to stay there. If I left you there, you have to stay there. So we're going to do that again until he's successful. And that's the standard that we want to hold him to.
Free.
And more recalls. That was a nice distance recall. So that's good. More practice for him on that.
Sit.
Now what I'm doing here is I'm teaching him what sit means with a different type of pressure, which is e-collar pressure. another recall, and that's pretty much it for this week.